Alright gang, welcome to the best experiment for this lab, the absorption column. So first, this is our absorption column. The column is filled with packing. Here we can measure the flow rate. On the first one we have the air flow rate, measured with the dial. The CO2 flow rate, same thing with the dial right here. And the last one we have the water flow rate. These can be turned on with these dials right here, so we will turn it to the right for on. Here's air, here's water. We'll have the air flowing up the column, and then the water will circle up through the back and go down from the top. Right here we have the two pressure manometers. The one on the left is measuring the top of the column, and then the one on the right measures the bottom half of the column. You need to measure the difference between these two and then add them up as mentioned in the manual. You can ignore this left side, we don't really know what it is. So outside of this column, we're going to have the vernier sensor probes. This is going to measure the concentration of the CO2 gas for experiment C. At the bottom, we have the sump tank. This is where the water is being drawn from. And then it will also be the inlet titration point. The outlet flow rate will be controlled with this dial right here. And then this is the outlet titration point. We'll be drawing samples from these two locations.
And then the CO2 valve can get turned on through here on this tank.
So we'll maintain the water level between these two rings, as shown like that.
As well as preventing it from flooding like this. For experiment D, you can take this valve and hook it up to here just by unscrewing it from here. And this is how you refill the water. And you just want to make sure that this tap is on to refill your reservoir. You also want to make sure that your CO2 flow rate is under 10 liters per minute, because that will freeze the valve to the CO2 tank. After you have your settings good for your experiment, you might want to wait a couple minutes for the system to level out, because the flooding might take a bit to actually reach full flood. If your column does end up flooding, what you can do is turn the air flow rate down in order to drop the level down below the top of the column.